Peace, peace. This is Angulo. I want to do a quick video, real quick. It's not going to be a long one. A few days ago, I had a encounter. I was out, doing some grocery shopping, and as I was going inside the grocery store, I seen this man. I was coming in, and he was going up to the cashier, but I noticed he had a basket full of candles, right? And I'm having this basket full of candles. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, older guy, could be in his 50s, maybe 60s, is going up there, what I'm saying, to go to checkout. So I went, got a few things that I needed to buy, and I went back to the cashier. So the same lane that I was in, it was one person in front of me, and he was pretty much in front of the bagging area, bagging up his candles. And when he was going, he was looking in my direction, kind of nodding his head. So I'm like, is he nodding his head is he shaking his head at me? And then I said, well, maybe he's on the phone. He probably talking to somebody, whatever the situation was. So by this time, I was the last one to get ringed up, got my stuff, and proceeded to go out. So when I went out to the parking lot, I seen the same guy, which he was inside a pickup truck. When he was in a pickup truck, he was driving toward, both of us was coming towards each other. He rolled down his window. He was like, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? How you doing, sir? So he was like, yeah, I see you got your spiritual jewelry on. Yeah, I got some just like it. So I said, yeah, what I'm saying? I'm getting into my African, practice or whatever the case may be. He said, yeah, I'm saying a lot of people wearing it and everybody, getting into the path. But then you have some, people that's gang affiliated wearing, spiritual beads. So at this time, I got in defense, you know what I'm saying? I didn't show it because I'm in the public, but I'm like, okay, where's he trying to go with it? But yeah, I said, well, look, my situation ain't nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I follow my heritage. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do. You know what I'm saying? I do work. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love. You know what I'm saying? So after that, couldn't really shake it. I got in my car. And as I got in my car, in my mind's eye, I'm still seeing this person. You know what I'm saying? I'm still seeing them through my mind's eye, driving, still seeing this person. So at that time I sat with it, you know what I'm saying, maybe the next day, I went into meditation. And as I was going into meditation, I ended up seeing myself in the city, like I was in Manhattan, right? And it's funny that I mentioned Manhattan because I'm actually wearing Jason, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I was in Manhattan, and, what I'm saying, the roads was congested, there was cars, it was jammed traffic, people was walking back and forth, people was bumping into people, and the person was next to me was basically walking beside me, but how they was walking, they wasn't walking fast, they was walking like they was matching my how I was walking, like they was basically like we was together. And when I looked to my left, the same guy that I talked to recently that day from the store was the same person I seen in the dream in my meditative aspect, right? So when I seen him, he snatched my spiritual garments and he took off running. I was chasing after him, and when I turned, he disappeared, right? So after that, I woke up out of my meditation and I sat with it for a while, sat for a while, and I went along about my day, and it was just bothering me, like, okay, spirit, what is you trying to show me? So I went, did some spiritual table talk with my ancestors. I'm like, look, I know from the spiritual and the physical, you're seeing what was taking place. And look, whoever this person is, this person basically could spit a spiritual felony. I need you to get on that ASAP. I kept saying it. You know what I'm saying? I deplore you. I have to send all whatever to find, to get a local GPS, an APB on this person, you know what I'm saying, on this person who committed a felony, right? So long story short, I went back in meditation, right? I went in meditation and I found myself in the island somewhere. I'm not going to say exactly where I went, but I went into the islands, and I was walking down this dirt road, and I went to this house. It was a white house. I knocked on the door, and they told me to come in. I came in, and it was like a big living room. You know what I'm saying? It was a big living room with marble white floors, and they had they had like plants on all four corners of the room, and on the left side of me, I seen this lady. She had a basin, some herbs, and she was making like a wash. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling my situation, look, I had a long journey of finding this place to getting here. I had a situation with this person. In the physical, I seen them, and in the spiritual, I seen they took my spiritual garment. So I'm trying to retrieve my items, right? So after that situation, the person telepathically told me to go down this hallway, make a left, and somebody has something for you. So when I went in there, made the left, seen a person, and actually it seemed like the same lady because they looked similar. They could have been twins. So I seen it, and then she basically telepathically spoke to me. I kneeled down. She did her little rituals to the spiritual beads. You know what I'm saying? Put a head wrap, and she put these new beads on me. And the whole reason why I'm talking about this, the content or the topic would be all roads lead to Ashe, right? Now, when you talk about Ashe mean a source of power. It could be so it be. It means amen. Or it also deals with authority, command. You know what I'm saying? Power, right? And on your road to Ashe, on your road to Ashe, you will encounter many different beings, human and spiritual, that will lurk in the shadows, that will mimic and lurk and seeking who they can devour on your path. On this path, you're going to come in contact with many different beings, spiritually and physically, okay? And a lot of them will mirror your mannerisms to identify you, to get information about you, so they can know how to take from you. And a lot of times when you're on your road to Ashe, and you may encounter someone who may take something from you, right? It's not necessarily a demotion, but a lot of times it can be an old spiritual practice or an old way of thinking in that way of a tradition that you may have came out of. That aspect of that spiritual garments that you had has a process of shedding, okay? A lot of times when you have spiritual jewelry, you have to cleanse them, you have to anoint them, you have to put more sort of energy back in them. And what I got out of that dream aspect is meaning the infiltrator who have taken that aspect, that takes an aspect of you, a lot of times that energy is dead, it sheds. And the and the spiritual essence that they take has no Ashe on it, okay? Means it's like you have a calling card, but you don't have minutes on it, okay? Or you receive a statue and it doesn't have the implements inside it to give it its power. So a lot of times when you're on your road to Ashe, sometimes spirit will make it a decoy where they take something from you that has no power, only for you to be promoted and only for you to have a greater Ashe or authority or a leadership on your path to a higher realm, okay? So a lot of times on your roads to Ashe, you have to be careful of your surrounding, people you will encounter, spiritual agents or devocateurs or people who may have mimic your mannerisms, so you could feel as though to put your guards down. Always have your spiritual armor up. Always have you're physically protected, and be careful of who that you communicate with in this time. So I just wanted to give this real brief experience that I've had. But on your road to Ashe, you will encounter many different people that may be spiritual agents, that may be a hindrance to pull you from